Hi guys, my name is Kirsty. Welcome back to Upside Down Books. It has been a moment and to a different angle. And also I'm filming a little differently because I don't currently have my camera on me, so forgive all the differences. But I am here, and today we're going to talk about Start a Villain by John Scalzi. So it has been a second since I have had any content for you guys, and this is really weird because I'm filming off my phone today and it's just at different angles. I apologize for the strange angle, but here we are. Hopefully I'll be reunited with my camera soon, but obviously the moment of inspiration to film struck naturally when I was without my equipment. But anyway, I've recently read Start a Villain by John Scalzi, and I've loved it so much that I wanted to share my thoughts about it with you today in the hopes that you'll pick it up, because I think you can have a roaring good time reading this one. For any of my regular viewers, I apologize for the extended absence. Life has been really busy, and I've been enjoying taking some downtime from filming and hoping to come back to you with a more of a regular regime of filming after Christmas, but you're getting a little sneaky exciting review video just before. It's my Christmas present to you. This is a special edition, so let's start and talk about that first. I actually got this from somewhere I can't remember. Inkstone Books. I've never heard of them before, but I was actually just looking to show someone the cover of this book because there is another hilarious cover which looks like this. It's got a cat in a suit. It's hilarious. I'm a cat person, so this definitely was up my alley. And I suddenly saw that there was this beautiful special edition with a rocket on it, guys. A rocket. And I knew I had to have it. So I've never heard of these Inkstone books before. They seem to be similar to Goldsboro books. This is a signed, you can't really see that. Let's see if I can get that closer. This is a signed edition, and it's also a numbered edition, so this is pretty special. And of course, I mean, the edges itself are just beautiful. I knew I had to have this. I did this via audiobook, and I can't recommend enough. So let's just start with saying that this was a 5-star read, and probably one of my absolute new favorites. It definitely rivaled my passion for books such as Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, and if you have any idea or can recall just how much I love that book, I hope that tells you just how good this is. It's a very short sci-fi, and I think it is the first John Scalzi book I've ever read. It is science fiction, it is adult fiction, and it is definitely humorous to the nth degree, and particularly so if you are a cat person. In a nutshell, this is all about a man who inherits his uncle's supervillain business that he knew absolutely nothing about before. He's been estranged from his uncle for many years. He hears about his uncle's death, and after a series of curious events, he kind of gets in touch and finds himself in a world, this corporate world, and the people who were helping his uncle are helping him step into the new role as, I guess, CEO of the company. And this company is run, or partially run, and involved with semi-intelligent cats, or intelligent cats if you will, talking cats. It's all really funny. It is one of these just absolutely lovable, adorable heroes who are thrust into this position that they're not expecting to be in. He has no interest in taking up this business, but his life has been looking down for a while. He's sort of working as a relief teacher. He was working in journalism, but things haven't been going his way. And so this kind of comes as a potential windfall, and he gets a little bit interested. He also finds it increasingly difficult to extract himself from the situation of being involved with his uncle's business. If you're a cat person, I will just reiterate that this is really funny because of the way John Scalzi has represented cats and their attitudes, how sassy they can be, how clever we know them to be, and put them in this sort of mastermind position where they're sort of helping run a company. It is so funny. There's a lot more going on in that kind of direction of the book, but I don't want to expand on it any more than that because it is so much fun to explore yourself and get into. So that's all I will say. It should hopefully be enough to get some of you over the line and go and have a read of it, because oh my goodness. As I said, it's a really quick read, and I did the audiobook version. It had a brilliant narrator. I really enjoyed listening to it, and I will definitely be looking at rereading this at some point as just a really light piece of science fiction. This was also a really interesting introduction to John Scalzi for me because I do have Old Man's War, which is one of his other really popular science fiction books. I've always known him as a science fiction writer of sort of your traditional space operas, sort of harder or hard science fiction where you're getting really into the nitty-gritty of fiction meets scientific writing, but this I felt was a passion project and perhaps a step into the more commercial and tongue-in-cheek style of humor that Andy Weir writes. I think this is a very rare brand of talent where you get someone who is incredibly intelligent and can marry genuine science really well with fiction writing in a way that just comes together and makes you love it. It's impossible to put down. It is also, shall I say, an excellent gift book. I highly recommend that if you are struggling for that person in your life to find a book that will suit them, I can't think of a single person who wouldn't enjoy this. It's great for fiction lovers. It reads like commercial fiction. It's great for people who love science fiction. It's great for people who have pets, especially if they have cats. It is great for people who really enjoy the harder science fiction because it's John Scalzi, and it's good for people who enjoy humor. And even if people usually read nonfiction, I also feel like honestly, just give it to them. Just buy it, just get it, read it yourself, enjoy it, and love this book. So I'm really curious, having read this now, to know if the rest of his fiction kind of, like, how far away it is from the tone of this book, because this was so goddamn entertaining. I'm hoping, well, let's just say I'm much more interested to go through his backlist with maybe a closer eye and have a look at what he's written before, and whether he carries this humor and sassy writing and just like really beautifully done writing throughout the rest of his books, or whether this is just an absolute brainchild and a bit of an anomaly for him. I don't know. I'd love to hear your opinion if you've read or are a fan of John Scalzi's stuff, how this compares, and whether you recommend anything in particular off the back of this one. But I just think that this was brilliant. It's got an American setting and then the supervillain secret location, as it were, and I feel like the way that the humor comes through this with the cast of characters that you meet, the location that the main character travels to, the situations he finds himself in, and the very quick learning on the go and thinking on your feet sort of attitude that happens, just makes for a really, really great and engaging story. It has like a well-rounded ending that doesn't leave it open but doesn't leave it closed. I sincerely hope that we get more books like this, if not some sort of follow-up or companion story to this one, because I desperately want more. And I think that even if that doesn't happen, this has great reread value just because it is seriously, seriously entertaining. This is a new release for this year, and it was something that I hadn't really heard much about until the cover was revealed, and when I saw the cover with the cat in a tie on it, I thought, that is so weird, that's such a strange cover, I need to know what this is about. So this came out at the beginning of this year, or somewhere around the middle of this year. I do know that he has written as part of sort of series and other science fiction projects where in each installment it's not necessarily a chronological sort of series that you would read through, but he's been one of the guest writers, as it were. And some of those seem to have some interesting themes. I think there is another something out there that he's written that dabbles in this idea of it's like super intelligent or just intelligent animals. And at the back of this book there's a preview cover for one of his other books that looks to have some sort of sea monster or dragon-esque thing going on. So that is my really quick review of Starter Villain. I just wanted to put in a good word for it because I haven't seen many people reading it. I think that the array of covers that are out there, this is not the most common one, at least not in Australia, that I'm seeing. Puts it in a really weird place and people don't really know what to think of it. I know that there are a lot of dog lovers out there that the cat forefront might be like, oh, I'm not really a cat person. I think that this is something that dog lovers or people who don't like cats would also enjoy because of like that really sharp, sassy attitude the cats are given. It's sort of like a you love to hate them situation. So even if cats are not your thing, I think you will enjoy laughing at the book, if not with it. So this is definitely a thumbs up for me, as I said, 5 stars, and really looking forward to delving into more of John Scalzi's work. I will leave it there though, so let me know in the comments down below if this is on your TBR or if you've read it and what you thought about it. I would love to hear that. But otherwise, I will hopefully see you very soon with a new video, whether that be goals for next year or perhaps some of the book hauls that I am definitely behind on. But we will see. Goodbye.
Alla gloria mia.